Ivy Lee's Luxe Makeup and Beauty Lounge in downtown Boca Raton does fabulous professional makeup application. Make an appointment today and see how glamorous you can look. Call 561-409-4065 to book your appointment. Ivy Lee's Luxe Makeup and Beauty Lounge is located at 233 South Federal Highway on the first floor of the Boca Grand Building in Boca Raton. The number again is 561-409-4065.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
It's the Becky and Boca Show, coming to you live every Thursday night at 6 p.m. from glamorous downtown Boca Raton. I'll show you how to live life in style in one of the country's most elegant cities, nestled right along the beautiful Atlantic beaches between Palm Beach and Miami. So sit back, relax, and let me show you how to indulge yourself Boca style. Hello, welcome to the Becky and Boca Show. Tonight we're going to talk about love and falling in love and finding the right person. And that's not always easy, so I brought in Steve Fox, and he is a matchmaker? Is that how you would describe yourself?
Yes.
You might want to put this a little closer. You can move it. Okay, so you fix people up. You get couples together.
Supposedly, I am an expert on the possibility of meeting the right person.
The possibility. Okay. No guarantees?
I actually do guarantee if we give you enough dates, eventually I will find you the right person.
Okay, so everybody out there looking for love, and who isn't looking for love? Everyone wants to be in love, right?
Well, I don't think we should make it where it's the most important thing. The first thing is to find somebody you like and let it grow, let it evolve.
Okay.
You must understand, this is not a job. It is
Make
fun.
a job out of getting a
I mean, we want to have fun while we're looking for Mr. Right or Mrs. Right.
Right.
And if you do it the right way, it will work. And you will find the right person.
I asked you last time I had you on, though. What about chemistry, Steve? Is that something you wouldn't necessarily have in the beginning, but you could develop that? Or is that just either there or it isn't?
I think it develops and I think it evolves. But obviously there are certain things that are important at the outset, not the least of which is eye contact and the ability of one to like what they're looking at.
Like what they're looking at. So is it
So
all physical then?
Initially, it helps significantly.
It helps significantly.
And that actually brings me to one important statistic
What's
that
that?
I don't think a lot of people are aware of. That most people, in filling out their forms of what is very important initially, is posture. A less thought of thing.
I'm all about posture.
Right.
Okay.
And I always look about somebody walking into a room.
I totally agree with you.
And
Because if they're like this.
I find it all
Yeah.
too often people are slouching,
They look
slumped
sullen and
over.
depressed.
Right. And the girl's first impression of a guy, most often, importantly said to everybody, is posture. When a man walks in, stomach in, standing tall, he looks good. He looks important. Women too, absolutely.
100%.
100%.
I always say you can put, designer clothes on a woman, and if she's all hunched over, it's not going to make a bit of difference.
Exactly. So that's very significant. If you don't learn anything else in this hour.
And we're going to give you lots and lots of tips. And we're going to give you the opportunity for a fix-up.
The
by,
opportunity
Steve.
of a lifetime
Yeah.
that could change your life. We will tell you this important statistic and fact and opportunity at the end of this show. So stay tuned. Don't leave us. And at the very end, we're going to give you this opportunity.
We're going to talk about everything you need to know to meet your perfect mate, right?
And
right,
then
Steve?
at the end of the show, we're going to give you the
Two people are going to get the opportunity
to meet your mate.
Okay.
Free opportunity from the Becky and Boca Show.
Okay, well, we were talking in the green room, and I asked you that the people that you fix up, they've never met each other before. It's not like when you meet somebody in a bar initially or at school or at your job. This is, you're connecting two people. So you're sending a picture to back and forth. Are these pictures always pictures of the actual
Important.
person.
Another thing.
I've heard a lot of stories.
Yes, and a lot of stories are unfortunately horror stories about people that send in other people's pictures, their daughter's pictures, their son's pictures, or whatever picture that the man or woman will respond to favorably and go out on the date. That's why internet dating is a possibility to make a lot of mistakes.
So
But
let me ask you, Steve, should people just assume that the picture they're looking at is not the person that they're going to meet?
hopefully you wanted the picture, or at least a facsimile of the person.
Something close.
Now, let's make something perfectly clear. Everybody should get a great picture of themselves, not merely send them a picture of anybody.
A picture of themselves sitting with great posture
Right.
and groomed.
And I don't even mind if it's photoshopped, which means some very good photographer takes your picture and tweaks it a little bit, okay? No big change, but makes you look your best. That's the important thing. You don't want to send a picture to anybody that is not your best.
But no, we're not saying that looks are everything. You're just saying that in your initial contact, you shouldn't misrepresent yourself.
It's not everything, but it's far greater than whatever is in second place.
Okay, so that's just a statistical fact.
Unfortunately, but true.
People are attracted to
Whatever
people based
they
on their
want.
appearance. Okay.
Now, I've always said to a lot of women, whatever they think they want or have in their minds something that they're looking for, whether it be the guy that just came out of a warm-up shop where his muscles are big and bulging and he has tattoos and everything, and that's what turns them on, that might not necessarily be the right person for you. But I've had a client for many, many years. She kept looking for that type of person, even though I told her all along, this is not the person you should be looking for. But in her mind,
That's what she wanted. Or
That's
she
what
thought
she
she
wanted.
wanted.
She thought she wanted.
Okay.
So-
Okay. So should people just be open and not focus on a type?
Absolutely. You go on a date with total openness, with the idea that you want to meet somebody that is compatible with you, that you both have this chemistry that you could build on, that you have interests that could work for the both of you. Very important. You find a guy that has similar interests. I mean, not necessarily everything has to match, but
So you should be looking for someone similar to yourself, not someone totally different?
you want to have interests that work for the both of you.
Okay.
Now, you both don't have to have everything in common, but you should both like to travel, like to go out to dinners, like to watch movies. There's a lot of things that you two could do together. Find a bunch of things that work for the both of you. Mm-hmm. And if you could find somebody that meets those criteria, it will work.
What about age? I know I've asked you this before because in Boca Raton we see
I'm going to give you a statistic.
see a lot of
I'm filled with
age
statistics.
discrepancies.
There is a definitive age discrepancy
Of what works and what doesn't?
that what works. So
Okay.
the average that should work by all statistics, a woman should be 6 to 8 years less than a man.
Oh,
A man should be 6 to 8 years older than a woman.
okay.
That's the ideal age for it to work perfectly. Now, that's a statistic that's been worked on over many years.
What about when the man is 35 years older than the woman? Does that work?
Listen, anything can work.
It can work. Okay.
Right. And I have a lot of clients that's what they ask for. Mm-hmm. But frankly, at some point, that wears off. I have a billionaire client right now that I fixed up with a woman that's 35 years, maybe even more, less than him. He's in his
Younger.
70s, younger, and she's in her 40s. Yet, it worked great for about a year. Now it's
you're not
wearing off,
convincing me.
and he's finally understanding.
Were he not a
Even-
billionaire, would it be working?
no, they both had tremendous chemistry between the two. In fact,
chemistry can be faked.
yes, but it certainly worked a year. And they
Okay.
were both very happy for a year. Now they both think they want to go their separate ways, that there is an age difference, and there's some of the things that one is interested, the other might not continue to be interested in.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, when Christmas came and he bought her a major car,
Yeah, she thought it might work, huh?
she thought long and hard that this is the right guy.
All right. Well, that's kind of sad, but that's Boca. Okay, so you are somebody that people contact when they're looking for a mate, and they pay you to
Yes,
find someone for them.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about your rates?
sure.
Okay.
The main thing is I'm not a welfare center.
Okay.
But there are many matchmakers in the country, many places where you could find somebody to introduce you to somebody. I personally have been in this business over 30 years. At the outset, I decided I was not going to charge enormous or outrageous fees because to me, it's not that difficult. I do these things rather easily and I enjoy them. So I was almost embarrassed to charge too much. But over the years, I've decided to just raise my prices a little at a time.
Okay, so what does it cost somebody?
Now I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Okay.
But basically, for $2,500, which I've never thought was a lot of money, but to some people it is, I always felt a woman giving up a designer pocketbook to get my services was well worth it, where I possibly could introduce her to somebody that could change her life. I always suggested it is small risk, big reward. For $2,500, I could possibly change your life. So I offer a little, that's my small little
Okay. And
Option.
what does that get you? One date or
gets you 5 dates
5 dates?
of your criteria, not something I just
Can the client
arbitrarily-
refuse the date? Like if you say, I want to fix you up with this person, can they say, no, I'm not using one of my 5 on that guy?
Very good question. What I do is I get their criteria. I interview them before I even think about anybody. And then I suggest a group of men to a person or vice versa. And I say, I think this will be a great match based on your criteria, based on me meeting you for an hour, and based on my intuition of 30 years of me doing this successfully. So I think it will work. And I also tell them, very matter-of-factly, that if you think at any time one of these dates is a clinker, where what was Steve thinking?
Have you ever been texted from a date?
No, I would give you an extra date.
Okay.
So I'm pretty.
So you're
I'm
not
pretty-
unreasonable.
Oh, very reasonable. On the other
Okay.
hand, now I make another option to somebody for $7,500. I give them unlimited dates until they meet the person that they're satisfied with,
Oh.
which is
interesting.
the only person in America that offers this guarantee. I will stay with you until you meet somebody that you are happy to be with the rest of your life.
Wow. All right. That's a pretty good guarantee. So you can guarantee
I'm the
that
only
you'll-
man in America that makes that guarantee.
Oh, my God.
And I do it only because I have that many people. I have the largest database of single people, privately owned, in the United States. We throw these events, parties, once a month in New York and in Boca, and I get 400 pretty
Yeah, I've
much
heard.
new
Yeah.
people every month.
Yeah.
So at the end of this month, we're having a big party in Boca and at the Pavilion Grill on the 27th.
Okay.
And that should be a lot of fun. I also might suggest to single people, just as a little bonus, there's a party on the 24th at Il Baccio, which is a wonderful singles party that is for charity.
Where's Il Baccio?
Il Baccio is in Delray.
Right. Okay.
And you could look up, send me your interest in it. I'll give you the interest. But it's a charity benefit.
I think we've
It's a
got the
fashion
email
show.
on the
My email's right on
the
that-
screen.
On the screen.
But for people on radio, it's Steve at SteveFoxSocial.com?
SteveFoxSocial.com.
Steve at SteveFoxSocial.com.
Very easy.
Okay, yeah.
Or call Becky and Boca.
Yeah, Becky and Boca. You can message me on social media.
She'll give you all the info. So, that's basic. I give them two options. The 2,500 for people that
Just want 5 days to try it out.
5 dates.
5 different men. Is what
5
you're saying.
different
Or
men,
women,
5
depending.
different women.
Okay.
If anyone's a clinker, I give you an extra one. And if you tell me also that you watch the Becky and Boca show, I will give you one extra free date.
Bonus date.
Bonus date. And I told you, wait till the end of the show. We're going to make one of the greatest
2 people are going to get...
offers of all time. Never
people are
been
gonna
done
get
before.
matched up. Okay, so let me I want to make it clear for everybody how it works. They pay you, and then they send you their bio and description and photograph.
And most importantly, the 6 criteria.
Oh, we went through that last
Yes,
last
that
time.
makes up your perfect date.
6 things you want in the perfect mate.
match.
Okay,
Right.
match. All right.
What are the 6 things?
6 criteria.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what the most popular of the 6 criteria
Sure.
are?
Well, a lot of people like character, personality, successful, likes to have communication with other people. In other words, socializes.
Gregarious and
Right.
okay.
Then the other things are they likes to travel, likes to dine, likes to do sporting events, likes to do things. Activities are very important to most people.
Right.
People don't want sedentary people.
No.
Couch potatoes
Yeah.
are not something.
Nobody ever put down
puts
couch
that on the
potato
list.
as
No.
So
Now, I'll give you another statistic that's very interesting. In the United States, 50%, or actually 46%, of all Americans are single.
46%?
Yeah.
Okay.
The interesting statistic, in Boca, it's significantly higher.
Really?
Yeah, it's well over 50% in Boca.
In Boca.
So you have a bigger chance right here.
Oh,
all
okay.
you people out there, stay in Boca, and we'll find you the right date.
Okay, so somebody sends in their
Someone sends in their criteria,
the photo,
their picture,
their
the photo.
description.
Right,
How long does it take for you to find him somebody?
about a day.
A day. Okay.
Yeah, I go into a huge database. I go through several books, looking for what they're looking for. Of course, one of the criteria is always age discrepancy, what they want.
Oh, what they want in
Yeah.
age
In other words,
okay.
if somebody's 50, I have to look what they want. The fact of the matter is that I tell them somebody should be 6 or 8 years.
Are you saying a lot of men are saying they want young women?
Some, not as many as it used to be or what was thought to be.
Okay.
Really, people are fairly working within the parameters of this 6 to 8 or 10-year difference in age. And I think that
I would
works
think that would
well.
have the best chance of
It,
working out.
it works well. You have more in common,
Right.
and you enjoy each other's company, I think, a lot better over a long period of time. So that works.
Yeah. Okay.
Another little fact of the matter is, getting to this event, this first date, through my situation, I give them little helps, little
Pointers.
that help.
We talked about that last time.
Yes.
Okay, so if someone's going out on a date to meet this first person, what do you tell them?
The first thing is get yourself prepared. Put yourself in the
Emotionally or physically?
Certainly physically. But emotionally is the thing. Don't let yourself get too caught up in this whole event. Like, this is the only chance I've ever had. This is it. This
Not
is
gonna
good.
blow it.
I better not. No, you relax, take it nice, calmly, put yourself in a great state mentally, but most importantly, you have the opportunity physically to fix yourself up, meaning go get yourself
Go to the beauty lounge.
Yeah, a little-
I
go to
believe
beauty-
Lex Makeup and Beauty Lounge,
beauty
downtown Boca
lounge or
Raton.
Copage Salon,
And Copage.
and they'll take very good care of you. You got your nails done, your hair done,
Makeup.
makeup done. Look
Your sports.
your best.
Yeah.
For
Make a real
under
effort.
$100, you are giving yourself a possibility to change your life. This is the opportunity. This
Okay.
is your time, buddy, and you don't get too many times at the back.
Now we're talking about both men and women.
Men and women
going to get ready.
Men and women.
Yeah.
If men are going, You too should get your nails done. You too should have
Absolutely.
your hair cut. You too should do whatever it takes. And that means shining your shoes for the first time in 6 weeks. If you go into a date with dirty fingers, dirty shoes, and everything, that girl should immediately
Leave.
either leave
Did you
or,
ever leave and call you and say, I just got up and left?
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah.
And that brings us to an important point.
Yeah.
Many years ago, I had this client lady, and I fixed her up with this guy who I thought was a great personal. It would work. Everything looked good on the paper. He goes to the date. She writes me a long list that I should return her money because this was her first date, and the guy had what a lot of other women complain, bad breath. And bad breath is often considered one of the worst things a guy could
Absolutely.
have. So there again, there's another tip for people out there. Write this down.
How
When you
do they
go-
not know that, though?
Most people don't. They forgot. Oh, I forgot to brush my
Brush my
teeth,
teeth.
rinse my mouth, or anything else. They leave the house and they're running, and they thought,
How about some gum?
I better stop at Walgreens and pick up those mints.
So
Whatever you-
that's very, okay.
yeah.
That
So
goes
whatever
without
you
saying.
do, good breath, big factor,
Breath.
gives you a leg up on this whole experience.
Okay, so you got to groom,
Groom,
make an effort,
to put your
makeup,
best
hair,
foot
nails, clothing.
forward. Everything.
Okay.
Remember, put on a face to meet the face you want to meet.
So you want to be the person that you want to meet.
That's right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So
So be happy. Don't complain. Your feet hurt. Your back hurts.
No. And obviously the most important thing, don't bring dirty laundry to the event.
Oh, that's so right.
Yeah.
That's so
Don't
true.
talk forever about the worst.
Your ex.
Your ex-wife. What a lot of people, men in particular, talk about. I have a great client, and I've told him several times, he talks about his kids incessantly, like for an hour. And the woman's, can't wait for this conversation to end to get out of there. And
Yeah.
he keeps talking about his kids, what the wife did, and everything else.
So let's tell all the men out there what they should talk about on a
That's right.
first date.
Well, here's the thing everybody should learn.
Okay.
On this earth, we were given 2 ears and 1 mouth. Very important. 2 ears. Listen more, talk less. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Ask questions. Ask questions. Learn about the opposite person. You ask questions of women for the first hour, show that you're interested in that person, you are halfway home.
Yep. I agree.
So
That's a good pointer.
That's a huge pointer.
Okay.
So you made yourself available, you put on your best face, you washed your mouth, cleaned your teeth, shined your shoes, and you put on everything to get to that date. You get to the date, show her
That you're interested in
You're
her.
interested in her.
Yeah.
Find out what is it about her that, what the
And
compatibility
women should do
of
the
the
same.
two. Right.
Show that
Oh,
they're interested in-
absolutely.
yeah?
Right. Right.
Okay.
And-
So show that you're interested in the other person. Ask
Yes.
questions. Don't just
Right.
talk.
And now, it's important to put on a good show at that event, meaning the dinner or the drink or whatever
Well,
else.
speaking
your
of the dinner,
first
can I
date.
ask you, who pays the check? The man or the woman?
It's a good question, but the man should pay. The man
Okay.
should pay.
Right.
I mean, that's a given. But it wouldn't be the worst thing
If
if
the
the
woman
woman offered to split it, just as a
Just to
And-
be polite.
just to be
But the guy
polite.
should not accept?
Nah.
Okay. That
And
seems a little sexist,
if he
Steve.
does, I know, but
It's just a reality.
it's a tradition
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
gone on. I think
Yeah.
probably with Adam and Eve. I think he paid the first.
I think
bill.
you might be right.
He bought the
Yeah.
apple or whatever
Yeah.
he did.
So if a man asks the woman to pay, there might not be a second
Or to split it,
date.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
split it.
Right. I've had that recently.
Oh yeah.
A
What
guy
happened?
came in, took a girl out, and said, let's split something here, and she immediately got turned off.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all about the first impression. The key to the whole first date, as we discussed, is getting to the second date. If you don't get to the second date, you have no chance.
Well, who picks the restaurant?
The man should pick it
Okay.
to show that he, has the sense to pick, and the woman should take note of what he's picking and what is the restaurant he's picking.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, takes you
right from the beginning.
obviously to,
Taco Bell.
McDonald's or some silly thing.
All good restaurants,
Yeah, right.
but maybe not
Yeah,
for a
right.
first date.
Right. Pollo Tropical sounds good, but won't work on a first date.
Yeah, save that for the second date.
Right. Yeah. I mean, once you get into the second or third date, a lot of these things, you could take it easy. You have a basic understanding with the lady. You get along with her. She knows you're have a compatibility. She's looking forward to going out with you more, so she's more understanding. But you have to get
And
to that
you just
second
got to
date.
like you.
Got to like you,
Right.
and it's not hard. Once again, this is not big money. You can get by on all these things for a few bucks.
What about alcohol, Steve?
Never drink too much on the first date. I say
Probably
never
a
drink.
good rule.
Right, probably a good rule to say never drink too much on any date. But the fact of the matter is, never have 2 drinks on the first date.
Never have two
Never
drinks?
have 2 drinks on the first date. That's a rule.
Really?
Just like never
One
have
drink.
sex on the first date.
Okay.
Those are the definites.
Never have 2 drinks and never have sex on the first date?
Yeah, the second one probably is more important than the first, but the first being important. On the
Okay.
first date, no. You can have 1 drink and that's it. 1 drink, 1 kiss, no sex. Those are the rules. First date.
Okay, this man knows what he's talking about. That sounds good to me.
Yeah. This is
So-
based on many years.
Yeah. So you've heard stories of people getting sloshed.
Yeah. Yeah, I had another guy, came into the date, drank too much, first date, got totally bombed,
Oh, yeah.
didn't know what he was doing. Afterwards, he did it because he was nervous. Nervous, insecure, and everything else. But he lost the woman.
Sure.
Forever.
Absolutely.
Because of a couple of drinks.
Right. You don't get a second
He
chance with
couldn't-
that.
Right. I mean, if
Yeah.
you can't withhold, any of your anxieties or anything else for an hour or two, you can imagine what the rest of your life is going to be.
Right.
So the woman, naturally didn't give him a second chance.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you must get to that second chance.
Right.
Second date
Okay,
is the
so
key.
only 1 drink.
Only 1 drink, only 1 kiss, and no sex. Those are the key things.
Should the woman be careful about what she orders? I mean, should she go for the lobster or?
No.
Okay, you got it?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
there's
'cause
too many-
I know people that do that.
Yeah, too many stories, and especially, unfortunately, in Boca, where the woman, comes in, wants to go to the expensive restaurant, orders a big steak, cuts it in half, tells the waiter, pack it up, I'll take this home later, and eats her few bits in pieces. Now, the guy just is turned off. So, I mean, if you think you
Yeah.
want to go forward, you had your date, you had your meal. The rest won't happen anymore, and you won't have any more meals with this guy.
If you blow it.
Yeah. So let the man pick the place. Let him make suggestions on what to order for the both of you,
Okay.
and see if that works.
Okay, we got to go to break here, Steve. We'll be right back and talk a little bit more about finding your perfect mate. You've been listening to and watching The Becky and Boca Show. Ivy Lee's Luxe Makeup and Beauty Lounge in downtown Boca Raton does fabulous professional makeup application. Make an appointment today and see how glamorous you can look. Call 561-409-4065 to book your appointment. Ivy Lee's Luxe Makeup and Beauty Lounge is located at 233 South Federal Highway on the first floor of the Boca Grand Building in Boca Raton. The number again is 561-409-4065. And now, back to the show. Welcome to the second half of the Becky and Boca Show. Over the break, I was talking to Steve Fox, who is a matchmaker. And we want to reiterate the importance of posture, because you said that's probably one of the most important things
Yes,
for men
yes.
and women. Sit up straight and walk tall.
Walk into your date.
When you come to the restaurant,
Yeah, look like something.
Yes.
Don't look
You can
like
actually elevate yourself a couple of inches.
That's
that way,
right. Right.
Yeah, and just feel it. Feel
Because
secure
not only
with
that,
yourself.
you're looking in with a sense of security. You're looking as a man of means. You're looking in as a person who wants to do something. Whereas if you walk in slouched, with your shoulders down, your head is down, the woman has no confidence in you and can't wait to get out of there.
Right.
Small
So you gotta look
measure,
like-
big deal, big.
And we talked about who pays. To say the man pays.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and that seems sexist, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
It goes back to
It's a great tradition that it shouldn't even be discussed. It should just happen.
okay.
And anything less than that should tell as the lady that she's not with the right person.
Right.
Now, if you
But
have
what if
to,
the guy couldn't afford to pay for?
right, you have to make that judgment.
Okay.
Yeah. But he shouldn't pick a restaurant he can't afford.
And he's usually the one picking the
Right.
restaurant anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. And the
People
woman should not order the most expensive thing on the menu, right?
Or cut it in half and take the other
Yeah.
half
But
home.
don't take a doggy bag home before you even ate it.
Right.
Somebody actually did that.
Oh, yeah. It's probably happened a lot more times than you think. A lot of people here,
I eat
unfortunately.
the whole steak in the restaurant.
Do you?
I would.
Okay.
Okay, so all right, you were going to tell me a story about Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, many years ago, I was up at Mar-a-Lago with Donald Trump.
Okay.
And at the time, I had come across, on TV at the time, was The Millionaire Matchmaker.
Oh, I remember that show.
Right.
Okay.
And I had worked with her. She was brought
That's
up.
not Siggy Flicker, is it?
No, that's Patty Stenger.
Oh, Siggy's a friend of mine.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a matchmaker too.
Yeah, but she was way after Patty Stenger.
Okay.
Patty was the real deal.
All right.
Patty was the millionaire and is the
I remember
millionaire
that show.
matchmaker. Yeah,
Okay.
she had a great show on
Yeah.
cable for.
Siggy had a matchmaking show too, though.
Yeah, but Patty Stenger is the well-known millionaire matchmaker.
Okay.
Yeah. So she came up to New York, and we were in business together until I realized this was one tough lady that, frankly, I couldn't stay in business with if I wanted to be happy the rest of my life.
That bad?
Yeah. She was very shrewd, very tough, and
But she got people together.
she did this business, and frankly, she did tremendously, very, very successful, and she did things that worked financially well for her. But from my point of view, one-on-one with people that I liked, I couldn't do some dishonest things that I didn't want to do, and I felt going on long-term with her, it would be difficult to face up to a lot of these people I liked. So
Okay. So
I left
that
her.
match didn't work.
I left her, and then I came up with the concept, the billionaire matchmaker. So I bought the rights to the billionaire matchmaker.
Oh, okay.
And I have the rights to it. And I realized there were only 400 sort of billionaires in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wound up getting 3 of them as clients, which I still have. But I went to Donald Trump when I was up in Mar-a-Lago.
But aren't we working on a premise? I mean, people are only interested in this person if they're a billionaire?
No, but how many people date billionaires? Everybody dates a millionaire,
Okay.
especially in Boca.
That's
but
true.
a billionaire, I wanted to be very select and unique.
Okay.
So I came up with the idea that we would have the billionaire matchmaker, and then the final episode would be at Mar-a-Lago and make Trump the premier judge. So I gave him the
This was
whole.
before he was president.
Yeah,
Okay.
way
Probably too
before.
busy now.
Yeah,
All right.
it's another story. Another time we can get together. We can talk about all that. But
Okay.
basically, he read it in depth. He thought it was a great idea, and I have the letter today that says, we'll get back to this at another time, but it's worthy of consideration. So it's a fun thing.
Yeah.
But people, even billionaires, they're just people. And some of them could be cheap. Some of them could be, dishonest. Some of them. So just the fact that they have more money than everybody else doesn't make
it
Yeah.
much
But
difference.
for those women that want to be with a billionaire, or for those women that want to be taken care of unbelievably well for the rest of their lives, there is that billionaire out there.
Okay, and you have a few of them.
I have a few.
Okay, there you go.
So
Noel.
if you're a special person or think you are, send in all your information and your picture to that email right on the TV.
And for people on radio, it's Steve at stevefoxsocial.com.
Right.
Okay.
And also later in the show, but we're bringing you a preliminary discussion of it. Becky and I are making an offer unlike any other offer ever made in the United States. We are going to let anybody out there send in their picture and their bio and their criteria. There's 6 things that make up their perfect match.
You have to pick 6 things you like in a person.
Right.
Okay.
And send it to the email that we have on TV or that we will give you.
Steve at stevefoxsocial.com.
And I'm going to pick one lady and one man and get them a key date for Valentine's Day next month.
Ah.
And then we're going to meet up afterwards, the week after, and see how they did.
See how they
and
did.
Bring everybody on the Boca, the Becky and Boca show.
Okay, we'll
and see how
that goes.
I did and how our matching
All right,
did.
that's a pretty good opportunity for people out there.
Tremendous. Normally I charge.
Yeah, so you're not charging the people you select.
It's a free
All right.
deal, and
All right.
I think it's a great opportunity for you out there.
Okay. All right. So send everything in to Steve at stevefoxsocial.com. Okay, so let's get back to dating. We need to give people more tips because
That's right. Right. Okay.
anybody out there looking for a match, whether they use you or not,
That's correct. Now,
where do they meet people?
that's good. That's a very good question. There's a million places to meet, and I'll just give you a few. Obviously, many people go on the internet with the proviso, with the understanding that
You might not get what you see.
buyer beware. I'm telling you now. So if you go on, which is obviously a place to go on, I have many friends that spend many hours of every night going
Looking.
through 10 different sites, and there are many more than 10 different sites.
Wow.
From JDay to eHarmony to Silver.com to Farmers.com to ladies, with blonde hair.com. All these things. There are many millions, hundreds of millions of people out there that you could find online. So it would certainly be a place you can start. Now, notwithstanding that, and with the full understanding that you have to get somebody's picture, learn about them as much as you can, and go through the normal rudiments of internet dating. If you do not understand it or need help with it, once again, you can come to my site and we'll give you some free advice and free sites to go to that will best help you. Okay? Obviously, the 2 or 3 that jump
Well,
off.
what is your website? We have your email up on the screen.
I'm stevefoxsocial.com.
stevefoxsocial.com.
Right,
Okay.
is my website.
Right. So the email is steve at stevefoxsocial.com.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the first thing and the first possibility. But now, out there's very simple stuff. You go to
Bars, is that the most obvious?
most obvious.
Do people actually get together in your bars?
Yeah. Now, obviously, you have to be careful out there. People going to bars, by its very nature, creates certain, problems. And there also, be careful on your first time there with all the people you're going. Be careful who you're giving your number to. I often tell all my girlfriends when they go out to these bars or whatever, 2 things. 1, don't drink more than 2 drinks for your first time at these bars. And 2, take the card of the gentleman you're meeting. Do not
Instead of giving them
give
your
them
number.
your number.
Okay.
So
That's
those
good rule.
things, work. Now, pick the things that you like. Like I said, find things that you enjoy doing. Do you enjoy tennis? There's a million public tennis facilities, Boca, Del Rey, Boynton. Great programs that they have for tennis players out there where girls will meet many, many men. Perfect place. Same with golf. We have more golf clubs in Boca, Del Rey, and Palm Beach, and in Florida than any state in the country. Become a golfer for a few lessons. Go online, you'll learn those things. Take a few, not that expensive. They have beginner programs, they have classes, everything else. If I have a sister or a girlfriend, I tell them immediately, become a golfer.
Golfing.
All these golf clubs are filled with quality men for the most part. They are people that are athletic, people that are out there, and also, if you are a golfer, you can't be poor by its very nature. So you're meeting you're meeting quality upscale people. So that's just another thing. And then, of course, there's the simple things. Hire one of the best matchmakers in the country. Come to me, and I'll guarantee you'll do well. So those are basically the simple things. But there's a million other places. Like if you go to the library, if you go to Barnes and Noble, these are little things where a lot of people socialize and find other people. Once again, when you go to these things, whether it be public supermarket or Barnes and Noble, fix yourself up and think.
You can't just run in your sweaty gym clothes?
You can, but make it look subtly good.
Subtly good.
Yeah. And then, what did I tell you is a big thing? When you go out, even in your gym clothes.
Posture.
And breath.
Personality. Oh, breath.
Breath.
Yep.
So many people go into these gyms and they meet up, and I'm told by all these other people, geez, I met a nice guy, but he came over to me, he stunk. Oh, my God. I couldn't wait to get away from him.
Oh.
So these are simple things, non-costly things, but things that work. Keep yourself straight and tall, fresh breath, look the person in the eye, even if you're a little disheveled or wearing, gym clothes, but you'll still look good. It's a subtle quality that makes the difference.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Any other pointers? I mean, you're the pro at this.
Yeah. One of the lasting things that I always remember of anything I do, I tell people, get out. Now, what do I mean by that?
Okay.
I mean something very simply but very important. So many people, in fact, I hate to say this, but most people look for excuses not to go out, not to go to my party, not to go out to the gym, not to go to the bar with the girlfriends, and they miss the night out.
Opportunity, okay.
Because any guy knows if you don't get up to the plate, you have no chance of hitting a home run. Mm-hmm. And the same with the girl. If you stay home and watch the reality show that's been played 3 other times and you've seen the ending, by the ending you're saying to yourself, geez, I really made a mistake. I'm sitting here with an ending I saw. My friends are out there.
At the bar.
With the possibility of meeting somebody that could change their life. How could you possibly stay home? So my point being, get out. Anytime you have a choice of going somewhere, whatever it is, and it could be, to the supermarket, to the gym, to a bar, to a party, to any of my events.
And there's lots of events in South Florida all the time.
Oh, my God. All the time. You see things, wine clubs, adventure clubs, all things with so many events. Do you like to walk? There's a walking club.
Yep.
Boca
Runners.
Boca Runners.
Yeah.
You can go to any of all these conservatories that have, the foliage outside with alligators. Walk around there. There's a million single people walking with you. Bump into one guy or look as he's coming towards you. Here's the other good tip to remember. Leave your phone home. We don't need texting all day long. My God, I'm so disturbed, disappointed, and fed up with all the texting that goes on throughout a day. It's all I see as I'm walking down the street. And I stop people, and I say, what is more important than you and I meeting? I say, I'd like to go out with you, but I couldn't possibly even talk to you. You're texting. And they say, you're right, nonsense. So leaving the phone home, especially on dates, a no-no. Answering phones on dates, a no-no. But I think also, if you're going to a gym, if you're going to a bar, if you're going to any of these social activities, either shut it off or leave it home, because your opportunities are significantly enlarged by leaving this phone out of the picture. You're only going for an hour or two, but it could make a world of difference.
Okay, that's good advice. Anything else?
Well, I can keep going.
You keep going?
There's so many more tips to doing anything, but going with a positive attitude is one of the key things.
I think you're right. Be a happy person.
Be a happy person.
Miserable love.
Yeah. Go with the idea that the person you're going to meet is going to be the right person. So you're not going with a bad attitude. You're not going with a negative disposition. You're going with, I can't wait to meet this guy. And if you go with that attitude and prepare yourself accordingly, the date will go much better for the both of you. Your possibilities of making that second date will be significantly increased.
Okay. So can you give us another quick list of things people should not talk about on dates? I know we covered it a little earlier, but that seems really important to me because you got to have this script ready.
Yeah. One of the key things that have turned off a lot of people, and it's a good thing, I'm glad you mentioned it, but I must mention it to everybody. No need to talk about sex on the first date.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I fixed up a couple that probably would have worked, but this guy on the first date, that's all he talked about, how good he was, and couldn't wait to get her, and, he's never seen somebody so pretty, and he can't wait to kiss her, how great. No need to talk about sex or anything on the first date. No, but it happens a lot. People looking to impress somebody, but that's one of the great don'ts that I could come up with. Okay, that goes along with don't talk about your kids, leave your ex-wife.
Don't complain about the ex. That would be
the divorce. Not important to anybody on their first date.
No.
Talk positive. Leave the negativity out of these things, and you're going to succeed. Things just evolve naturally by when you bring healthy relationships and topics into it. One of the other no-nos, if I must, is don't talk about politics, especially in this day and age. On the first date, I would leave politics and sex out of all the discussions.
Okay. So what do you talk about?
Well, talk about what's the interest that you both have and find the commonality.
Okay.
Yeah. If I said to you, Becky, do you play any sports? What do you play?
What do I play? I don't know that I play any sports. I go to the gym.
Do you go to the gym?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you play tennis?
No.
Golf?
No.
Do you? How about running?
Yes.
There we go. So let's make a date, and we'll go into a field or on a hiking trail or something, and we'll do a run for a mile. We'll have fun. We'll enter into some sort
race,
of mile relay or something. Bike. Another thing that's very common to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Even if you don't run, you don't bike, you can walk. Walking is a great exercise and a great, easy, common, relationship builder for everybody. Walk a mile with somebody Saturday morning. And while you're walking, you're talking, you're looking, and you're seeing things, you're finding things that are interesting to both of you. So these are the things. There's so many possibilities of making this relationship work instead of looking at the negative and knocking things down and things that are.
So do people generally call you after the date and tell you how it went?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah?
They do. Actually, I like feedback.
Yeah.
Because then I could possibly help them along. If somehow the girl or the guy says, everything was good, but she smokes.
Oh, that would seem like that would be a biggie. I think that's something you need to know right off the bat.
Big don't. But the date went on, and we forgot to include that. Right? So the guy calls me and said, wow, great girl, but she smokes. What should I do? I said, the first thing, as long as you like her as much as that, we're going to keep her. And you're going to go on a second date. But either you, and I'd like you to tell her, you are a great person. I think I'd love to see you again. I think we have a relationship to be built. if you do me one favor, I hate smoking. If you could find a way to eliminate it, let's do it. If you can't,
Got to ask her to quit smoking?
yeah.
Okay.
And if she can't, and it's a turn off completely, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, I think that would be a
Deal
deal
breaker.
breaker. Yeah.
To me, I wouldn't go out with somebody that smokes.
No.
Now, if I like her enough, I will tell her, though, give her an
Give
opportunity.
her an opportunity to quit.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And show that she's qualified and wants to have a relationship by quitting something she shouldn't be doing in the first place.
Right.
Don't forget, it says on the cigarette case, on the box, on the carton, this causes cancer. This will kill you. What person do you want to be with that wants to have cancer or be killed and ruin your relationship?
Right, right. No, I totally agree.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so that's another do not do.
Okay.
Smoking is,
No
and
smoking.
obviously,
But if you get smokers, can they request that you only fix them up with a smoker?
they do.
They do.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, they absolutely do.
Okay.
Yeah, I have people that say, and frankly, it's been very few people that smoke these days.
I know. That's a good
Most
thing.
people I've found are doing tremendous by not smoking.
smoking.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I also, they say, I don't want to be with a big drinker. I don't want to be with a druggie.
Yeah.
And frankly, I hope people tell me the truth when I
Are
say,
honest.
I hope you drink too much. But you could tell by the first date if somebody or some guy is having 2 or 3 drinks the first
You would
date.
know.
You have to say, I hope this doesn't continue like this. And I enjoy social drinking. I enjoy wine. I enjoy eating and having a glass of wine or whatever. But if it's going to be an excessive amount, it's not going to work for me. It's very good to have conversation and discuss things that bother you and get these things out of your system early. Don't let them linger, fester, and build up to
Right.
the point that because somewhere down the road, you're going to say it's a deal breaker and you
And then it's
can't
not
go
gonna
on
work.
any further.
So do you have any percentages on how many of your first dates turn into second dates?
I would say 40 to 50% go for the second date.
Okay.
And that's
pretty
pretty
good.
good. I've had 500 marriages over 30 years.
Wow.
I have. I've had 3 or 4 people that have gotten married twice through me. But that's one
So
guy-
even though they get
with
divorced for the first one, they still come back because
yeah.
they knew you fixed them
And
up.
one guy, I'm working on his third.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's still
And I
happy?
don't charge him for the second or the third.
Oh, you don't?
No. Once
That's
is
good to
enough.
know.
Yeah.
That's good to
Yeah.
know.
I give a guarantee for life story. If it doesn't work,
gets you married the first
come
time,
back.
you come back.
Yeah, that's right. Come
Okay.
back free.
Okay, so let's talk about this deal you're offering tonight.
Okay, tonight we're giving the once-in-a-lifetime deal for the Becky and Boca show. And I am offering for any one man or one woman to send in their picture, their bio, and the 6 things that make up their perfect match to me at steve@stevefoxsocial.com. I will go through these things, and in the next week or 2, I will pick one man and one woman and get them a Valentine's date that will work.
That will work. Okay,
And-
you hear that?
And then a week afterwards, we will all come here live on the Becky and Boca show with
talk
all
about
our
the dates.
dates and,
Okay, I'm
and see
looking
how
forward
it
to that.
works out. And I'll be living proof that this matchmaking business is the greatest
Oh, this is
opportunity
good.
of a
This is
lifetime.
good. Okay. All right. I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. Okay. So, anything else you want to tell us about dating in this
Sure.
era and this location? And you said you're South Florida and New York?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I have an office in New York. I do the same thing in New York. I have a party in New York pretty much. I used to have it every month for 30 years. That's where I started.
Okay.
And frankly, there's a difference in the quality of people in New York and Florida. So it's very interesting to me to go back and forth. And a lot of men and women suggest and want either Floridians or New Yorkers to meet.
Oh.
A lot of girls come up to me and say, I like it here, but I want to meet a New Yorker. It's a different...
New York, New Jersey, Boca Raton. It's
Right,
like it's
right.
all kind of the same thing.
Right.
Okay.
So, interestingly, I like both places. I enjoy going back there, meeting a lot of my New Yorkers, where I've done this for over 30 years, and down here, where I've done this for about 18 years. So this is expanding much more and faster than New York ever did.
Wow.
It
Why
really
is
is
that?
amazing because a lot of the New Yorkers are coming down here, and the first thing they do, knowing me in New York area, they immediately
Start
call
going to
me.
your events, yeah.
Just
Okay.
recently, one or two friends called. I'm here. I'm living here. I gave up New York. I gave up New Jersey. I'm going to live here. I said, you found the perfect guy to talk to, and I get him an immediate date. A first-time
can move
date.
here
I
and
said,
have a date.
"Oh, it's a welcome home date." So we're going to see. One of them is going out tomorrow with a welcome home date.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so whether you want to meet somebody right here in South Florida or somebody in New York, you can use Steve Fox.
Absolutely. Or
Okay.
both.
Both places, right?
Right.
Right.
I have several people that go back,
go back and forth, yeah.
Right. So it's a great opportunity. And we have these events coming up. I have a big event in Boca at the Pavilion Grill on the 27th here for about 500 people. And we have the other party, which is a charity.
If someone wants to go to that, do they have to sign up in advance or
It would be good if they email me.
email you? Okay.
Email me, Steve at stevefoxsocial.com.
And is there a fee to go?
It's $15 if you sign up before the 27th.
And they don't have to be a client of yours?
No.
Okay.
Strictly
All right.
for everybody. And we also have the other event at Il Baccio. It's a charity thing on the 24th. Then you got the opportunity to send in your bio, your picture, and we're going to pick one of you, one man, one female, to change your life. That's
right.
the guarantee we are making.
Okay, send in your stuff. Okay, gotta go. See you next week. Bye-bye. You have been watching and listening to The Becky and Boca Show. Tune in every Thursday night at 6 p.m. to discover all the ways to spoil yourself and have a good time in beautiful Boca Raton. See you next week.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.